Thank you for watching News Echoes. My name is Shegun Johnson, and I'm speaking from London. Who is going to be the next president of France? Who's going to be the next president of Nigeria? These are electoral issues going on, discussions, debates going on in these two countries. And perhaps may I add, who's going to be the next British Prime Minister as Boris Johnson is being pressured to resign. I have in the studio men who are seasoned and, as they say, who are trusted and roasted. Ambassador Nathaniel Yako, you're welcome to the program.
Good morning, and thank you very much, everybody.
Yeah, you are toasted and roasted, isn't it? Uh, we have in Milan, Mark Godwin. Mark, you're welcome to the program.
Good morning, Dr. Shagun. It's good to see you again. Good morning to the
Yes, you are the
viewers.
best person to start off with because we
So,
know that you are closer to France than us. We've been watching the French election procedures, and they had the first round. Emmanuel Macron had some 20.1% of the votes, and the next candidate was Marie Le Pen. And these are the two going for the next round in 2 weeks. Give us a feel of the French people and why they are likely to vote in Emmanuel Macron again.
thank you very much, Dr. Shagun. Yes, we are following up very closely. France, a country in the western side of Europe, will be having the 2022 presidential election. They will be going to the polls on the 10th. They will be having a poll in Europe. Emmanuel Macron, exactly. He's doing pretty well in the poll. The poll has it that he's scoring about 27.8% of the people's survey. And like you said, the lady Le Pen is following closely with 23.2% in this first round of the poll. And you have other candidates too. There is Dupont, there is Patton, there is Roussel, there is Zumo, and some other ones too. Now there's a particular candidate also that is doing very well, but the problem is he's aligned to some beliefs that the French people, some of the French people, don't agree with, and that's one of the candidates called Melicon. Melicon. So we're looking at French election. This morning, the one-time President Sarkozy said he is supporting Macron. Sarkozy said Macron still has a lot to offer, but looking closely also at Macron, he's having some jittering. He's jittering because Le Pen is pulling very strong. The woman is on. She says she's on a path to victory. So a lot is expected to happen on April 24th, and we hope to come up with some good updates also by then. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Ambassador Nat, many people see Le Pen as a woman on the far right, and if she should win, every Muslim must remove their hijab. They must follow some doctrines, even though she's not emphasizing it right now, but she's a far right extremist, and many people are fairly scared if she should win. And I believe that her emerging as the president of France may mean Frexit, which means she would take France out of Europe. What are you sensing, Ambassador Nat?
Well, I am sensing that when they go to the second round, 2 weeks time or less than that, Macron is likely to increase his tally and carry the day. Macron, having been one of the youngest presidents the France will produce, he has really, despite the challenges he's faced, he looks he's made some headway. More so, especially in the past 3 4 weeks when the Ukraine-Russian war started. He has made so much effort to see that the war is brought to an end. In the case of Le Pen, she took over from the late dad, and when it comes to the presidential television debate, it looks Macron will have the day. She's not good at debate. She's not good at public speech, and France may not be ready for her at this moment.
Okay. We have our man, educationist from Nigeria, the heart of Nigeria in Abuja. Dr. Osita Nemeka, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
We've been talking about the French election. Nigeria is surrounded by francophone countries. All of them depend on France. If Madame Marine Le Pen should win in France, that will mean some right movement. Is Nigeria considering and wishing Macron should stay on Nigeria's foreign policy, if there is any, is not looking that way?
Fortunately, my circle of friends and analysts, we are also looking at it very seriously. Le Pen is peculiar because even as a lawyer, she has this extremism thing, caught up for her from time. It's neither this or that. But like the ambassador said, the French people might not be ready for her, but you never can tell because we were not ready for Trump, and he got there. So it depends on how the next couple of days move. Macron has been fine with us, just that a few times here and there, things came out of him, that didn't quite make our neighbors comfortable. But to answer your question directly, where I live in Nigeria, in Abuja, most of my friends don't like the fact that he might come up with policies that will influence Beninois, Togolese, and even next door neighbor Ghana, even though they're Anglophone, because of the proximity. Yeah. So yes, we have issues with that, but I think like majority of us are saying, Emmanuel might come back, and then if he comes back, he's going to consolidate his last term.
Yeah, I recall that Macron was in Lagos 5 years ago. No, not five, about 2.5 years ago. And he insisted he would visit African Shrine, Fela's African Shrine. And he was there. And the vice president, Yemi Osibajo, took him there. And they had a nice time of music and with the children of Fela Kuti. So he's really enjoying a good time, good relations with Nigeria at the moment. And we'll just wish them the best there. Let's move to Britain, where we may need a new prime minister very soon. Uh, Ambassador Nat, what's happening in your country? The people are asking both the British Prime Minister and the Chancellor of the Exchequer, the two topmost politicians, to resign because they have been fined, and they said that no criminal must lead a government in Britain. It has never been done that British Prime Minister was fined. And some people say, though this may not look criminal, it could tend towards criminal situation. What's going on?
What's going on? let's start with the chancellor of the exchequer, Sunak, and he's carrying with him a lot of excess luggage, political excess luggage. I mean, a sitting chancellor of the exchequer has a U.S. green card. Let's even assume he got it before he went into number 11 or number 10, and the wife not paying taxes here, and the money running into millions. Morally speaking,
He
uh,
said he has got the green card 6 months ago. What else do you want him to do?
well, they may have to check that whether he's really telling the truth, because the California, where I mean maybe he owns part of Silicon Valley, and he's coming here to tell us to tighten our belts. The life is becoming unbearable, and
Yes,
he should be held responsible for such things, and for him to
he-
be involved in the
mm.
party gate. Initially, he said he was not there, or he was not anywhere near there. But the police have told us now he was there. He has been fined. It is £50, and I think he has paid. The issue of Boris Johnson. Boris Johnson should spare us some breath. Should give us some space to breathe. This prime minister of the UK. We have never had it so bad and so low that the prime minister is behaving in such a way, and he's saying that he didn't do anything wrong. The police, Metro Police said, Mr. Prime Minister, you broke the law. You should, I mean, but you are saying, and you agreed to pay. I think you would have even paid. You'd have appealed the case. But he's now telling, yes, I broke my own law, but I'm not going. He's taking the British people for granted. Too
But
bad.
some argue that he has apologized profusely, and that to err is human, to forgive is divine. What do you say?
Well, we remember in one of the prime minister's question time in the parliament, in one meeting he apologized 10 times, and the MP said they want we apology will not bring back the death of those who lost their lives, because laws were made and they decided to keep the laws while the prime minister was breaking his own laws. Other
Yeah,
ministers, other ministers have broken the law and they are gone. So what is he doing? What is he saying?
let's ask from the man from Abuja, where they keep their laws strictly. In England, here they are asking Boris Johnson to go because you cannot be a lawmaker and a lawbreaker at the same time. But the argument of the Conservative Party has been that, look, this will be a gift to Putin, that Boris Johnson has been working like the war general. He was even working the roles of Kiev 2 days ago. So how can we now remove him during a wartime? And so people are now saying, let's leave him. At least the Conservative Party is saying so. So what do you say? I mean, we know that you keep laws in Nigeria, Doctor.
Yes, we keep all the laws in Nigeria. But most importantly, we are always looking at the fun part. You know, just last night I was speaking with a couple of friends about Boris, and they were saying, that man with a dry bicycle. That man with a dry bicycle, makes him a simple person, makes him a loved person, makes him a very popular person. But the fact is that as a prime minister, he's the leader of Her Majesty's government and is ultimately responsible for the policy and decisions of government. So if he goes against all that, no amount of bicycle he will ride, no amount of niceness he will show. And like you said, he's walking the streets of Ukraine, visiting places they were troubled by war. Let him come home and do the needful. And I think the people he leads should determine whether he stays there or not. Nigerians have been emotional about it. They're just saying, when I leave the man, the man better pass the man with the guide us here.
Some
But
Nigerians said, let us exchange. Bring Boris for us, and you take
absolutely.
well,
Last night somebody would say that he begged his life that they should bring priests to stay in Aso Rock and then just give this man and his bed and his hospital bed to Britain so that they will deal with it. But
let me ask
very seriously, sir, the truth about it is that no matter what happens, Britain will determine who leads them, and I think the people have spoken both
yeah.
about him and the chancellor, and that's what I think should happen. Thank you.
Okay. Let's ask from the one man in Italy. We know we watched Berlusconi as a rigmarole for several years. Mark, what are your thoughts on Boris Johnson? Knowing fully well he's performing very well on Ukrainian matters.
Yes, he's doing very well on international relationship. No world leader, no leader is devoid of scandal. Boris Johnson, yes, too many scandal around him, but he has also been doing some minor things you English people are not looking into, and that is building some great relationship with other European nations. Take note that yes, the one he's been accused of now is the party. Is that correct? The party drinking.
Yeah, having parties when he ordered people not to go to the funeral ceremony or wedding ceremony and things like that. Yeah.
Yes, and well, yes, he makes laws. They made the law, and he broke it. But we overlook those things. Here, we have more of such scandals among our MPs and ministers, but we overlook those things if they are performing well, if they are doing well in other aspects. We are all human. Human are prone to do those little mistakes. So I will give Boris a pass if I will because lately.
Well,
yes,
let me attempt to puncture what you have said. You say that he's trying to build good bridges with the European Union.
Yes.
Who took Britain out of European Union in the first instance?
Okay.
He was the leader. He was the leader among the leaders who said, "Oh, let's get out of European Union." Now, nobody foresaw that Russia will be fighting Ukraine, I mean, physically, with a lot of energy. Nobody foresaw at that time. Now he has to go and build good relations with European Union so as to fight a common enemy. Does it mean that his policies have been somewhat short-sighted?
Yes,
When
policies are made, and sometimes they don't see the long-term effects. So now they are seeing the long-term effects. The English people are saying it, but the relationship within Europe matters. It has come a long way, and if it is still knitted together, it helps the economy. It helps the life of the people. It helps a lot of things progress. Humanity also progresses when the Europeans progress. So I think his relationship matters. What he's doing now, putting heads together, talking with everybody, building a good relationship. I see that as a merit on his side. And I would say the English people should just overlook some of all these loopholes and let him finish his term. I mean, it's almost wrapping up even. Thank you,
let
sir.
me give the final word on this matter to the ambassador who is in London. You think we should forgive him, or he should go, or what's the majority of the people saying?
You see, majority of the people are saying what the conservative people are trying to do. They don't want to see a conservative prime minister being disgraced out of office. And so all the bad things he has done in the past, all the bad things he will do in the future, they are just trying to say he has a great job to do, according to Boris Johnson himself. But the people are saying, you have lied and lied. A prime minister of United Kingdom in 2022 telling lies from his teeth. I think the system is not ready to allow him to continue.
Okay, so
Dr. Johnson, I think two major things that I see personally are the
yeah.
fact that there's a cost of living crisis in the UK, And also, there's a press issue, the press factor. Boris doesn't have friendly press. And I think those two are sufficient for him to, to be roasted with if the people follow those icons.
Yes, I think he has committed so many errors, lies upon lies, different lies. When he was London mayor, he gave money to his girlfriend. He never agreed until the lady came out and said, "Look, we used to sleep together, and he gave me this money," and that was a shock to the system. And so many things, so many lies upon lies upon lies, and it should have gone even months before now. But this Russian-Ukraine war just saved him. I think the thinking of the core conservative is that how should we be looking for a prime minister when they were at war? And I think MP David Lamy answered it yesterday. We run a cabinet system. The next person becomes the next prime minister. We have a deputy prime minister in Dominic Raab. He will become the prime minister. These people are seasoned on their own. And so the argument does not stand. But well, we will see how long they will keep Boris Johnson. But I think it is Putin keeping Boris Johnson. If Putin should stop the war today, I tell you, Boris Johnson will go the following month because there'll be no need for him. So
absolutely, I see that to myself. Yes, yes.
Yeah. So
one man's
Boris
meat, another man's poison. Yes.
Yeah, Boris will be saying, "May the war continue." By the way, what's the latest in Ukraine? Shall we just is there a chemical warfare or not? Who knows anything about Ukraine? Mark, anything about Ukraine? Have they discovered the chemical weapon?
As of this morning, United States President Joe Biden said Putin might be held for war crimes against humanity because there are evidence of chemical usage on people in Mariupol. It's a strong allegation. Now, Americans don't say things. They don't just say things. They do their findings before they make utterances. So investigations are going on. And if it's proven, then the war will take a different turn. But about now, we are still seeing some shelling in some places in the southeast of Ukraine. There are still some bombing going there. And a new tactics these Russian soldiers are doing is using rape as a weapon. They are raping young Ukrainian ladies, forcefully abusing them. And this all adds up to the crime against humanity. So a lot is going on there that is not pleasant in this 20th century. A lot is going on, and we are not. It makes humanity look very primitive. It makes us look like we are in the dark age. All of this. So Putin is not doing well with this.
I think the Russian strategy.
The other information update is the war is making Europeans now look to other places for gas and oil. So if our country,
Nigeria,
yes, sir, if our country is well aligned, this could be a money-making spin for us. But that depends on the government too in Nigeria. Now they are
we're told yesterday that Italy went to Algeria to ask for gas.
Yes,
and
they've signed the contract and it will begin. There are pipes that trails along the Atlantic Ocean, heavy duty pipes that could make this oil pass through, be conveyed from one location to the other. So construction will begin, work will begin, and that massive project will begin. So we hope they come to Nigeria. We hope, because what
let
we're
me quickly ask Dr. Osita, why are the nations, European nations, not considering Nigeria in this gas? We still continue to flare our own gas, isn't it?
No. There is a very simple reason: we don't manage it well. So there is no transparency. We have not
Wow.
managed our petroleum well. As a matter of fact, oil now being sold in global market, we don't have an account for it anywhere. Not in NNPC, not in the ministry. So they know all of this. They know that they can actually start an investment and get swallowed by it. They know they can start a partnership and get driven out of the country because cost has driven almost everybody out. So they rather prefer to go to where the cost is steady, even though it is high. They have factors of production, considered so very well before they launch. These are the issues now, and these issues will continue to the end of this year, and then we'll drown in it. I mean, I've been talking to people about it.
Ambassador, thank you, Doctor. Ambassador Nat, we are told that the way we develop in a very slow fashion in Nigeria, somebody said Zuma thought we were selling groundnut oil instead of petroleum because the way Saudi Arabia has developed its own country through oil and Nigeria is underdeveloped, it's like groundnut oil. That's what we sell, not petroleum. What is wrong with Nigeria?
Yeah, basically, Dr. Sita has said it. Our problem is level of discipline, level of management, and level of patriotism. It's not just there. None of those things are there. We cannot manage anything. That is the challenge we have. And as long as a nation, as individuals, we are not going to go anywhere.
And the world needs our energy, our gas right now.
We have the best. Dr. Johnson, we have the best.
We have the best.
The Brent crude.
Yeah, we have everything that the world is looking for. But the fact is that when we load and leave, we're loading and leaving for one man's pocket. That's why we have extremely wealthy Nigerians. One man's pocket.
The amount of oil they steal in Nigeria is more than the one we officially
82%,
sell.
And I'm not lying. 82%. I was dealing in oil. I did 82%. Do you know what 82% means? Well, just less than 1% of the country is taking 82% of our daily sales. Come on now.
Mark, can you persuade the Italian government to buy from us?
Sorry, let me also say that somebody is saying that the topic we are addressing is very, very interesting. So I think it's something we should also talk more. So somebody is writing that on the platform. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Nigeria oil, like you all said, which is very true, is we have the best. We have the best. Our oil is rated in the ratings. It's on the top of the ratings. But sadly,
Burning Light is number one anywhere in the world.
Yes.
Burning Light is number one anywhere in the world.
Sadly, like Dr. Sita is saying, it's going to some people's some individuals' pockets. Can you imagine? And the other sad thing there is this oil is now the Europeans are actually going fossil fuel, like you all know. And what I heard from somebody in the field is that the Nigerian oil doesn't need too much processing to come into that fossil fuel grade that they want. So we have the top, we have the best, but we don't know how to use it.
So bottom line, everybody is making a gain out of this Russia and Ukrainian because they have to make a gain because the cost of things are spiraling. And Nigeria is not making a gain, but making a loss out of it. We will see how this will impact us in the next few years when we return from a short break. So many things are happening in Nigeria. They want to get their next president come 2023. We are told of betrayal between the vice president and his mentor, supposedly. We will go on a short break. You don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
When I wrote the book, The Final Solution, the Lord gave me some things in the spirit realm to see going to happen here. And that is why you need to get a copy of this book, not because of the purchase, but because of the contents. We've not spent 2 weeks. Now we have seen the problem in Ukraine, Russia, and Belarus, Donetsk, Luhansk, and all the other surrounding nations, talk less of the Western countries and the Eastern countries. We want to pray that this stops where it is. Some people are even imagining a third world war. I pray that there'll be no third world war, but we need to know the solution to all of these problems, and they are well packaged in that book, The Final Solution. The amount of money is next to nothing. Go to Amazon and buy this book. Go to the Kindle, go to KDP and buy this book. It's very important. So it is in Amazon and Kindle. And of course you can purchase the paperback, but it's not about the money. It's about the contents to have solution to Ukraine, to Russia, to the West, to the East, and indeed all parts of the world. Do get a copy and let's start operating the solution of God to our time.
Gang Story magazine is an African international bi-monthly magazine based in Milan, Italy, and founded in 2016. The publication focuses on personalities, fashion, style, entrepreneurship, and culture for Africans. Though articles on food, movies, fitness, music, travel, sports, technology, and books are also featured.
Welcome back to News Echoes, where we give you the latest information on political and economic issues across the world. We want to look at what's going on in Nigeria. 2023 is the next presidential election. President Muhammadu Buhari has said he is going to leave office, and therefore it is imperative that INEC, that is the Electoral Commission, gets the next person through rigorous procedures, which has already started. Some are saying that will there be a country to hand over to? So before we look at the personnel involved in these elections, shall we first of all discuss the security state of Nigeria? Because the bandits who have broken the rules, they have stopped the train, they have challenge the legitimacy of the government on every front. They are running the nation, and therefore we need to know, will there be a country for 2023 election to hold? The Ambassador Nats, you are in a position to help us. What is the security situation of Nigeria that in come 2023, there will still be that country as a whole, not in parts? Because at the moment, right now, Nigeria is in parts, not whole.
Well, thank you so much for this issue we're about to discuss. Some of us are every other passing day, we are finding it very, very difficult to believe that there is still a country called Nigeria. I think there was a country called Nigeria. But for the past 5 or 6 years, what has increasingly been taking place is you have pockets of resistance in that place remaining called Nigeria. In short, we have the sovereignty of Nigeria is being challenged every day. What we have now, and we have said this again and again, the terrorists, the insurgents, the bandits have carved out some parts of the country, and they are in charge now in the northeast, in the northwest, even part of north central. These individuals, non-state actors, have carved out some level of territory on their own. And so what we have left, we can say we have two countries operating in the same geographical sphere. Local governments in Borno State, especially Borno North, they have allegiance to the caliphate, the Boko Haram and the ISWAP. In the case of the northwest, the bandits, the bandits, and we are made to understand that even Boko Haram has now extended their tentacles to the northwest. They are physically there now, and they are causing havoc to whoever seems to be a law-abiding Nigerian. And so, as we look forward to 2023, honestly, we have lost that country called Nigeria, and I don't know why people are jostling to be president of Nigeria. Which Nigeria are they even thinking of? Is it their geopolitical zone or their villages or local governments? And anybody wanting to be president is really creating, calling for trouble on their heads or each head. Because if somebody has been around destroying the country for 7 years and you are all rushing to take over, I don't know what they want to take over.
Oh, thank you very much. Dr. Osita is a man in the city of Abuja, and Abuja is now constantly attacked. It's difficult to travel from Abuja to Kaduna. Very, very dangerous to travel through Kogi State and without being captured, and banditry all over the place. 1/3 of northern region, we understand, is in the hands of foreigners. Iswa, Boko Haram, bandits. Are the authorities aware of this in Abuja, or they are pretending they are still running a country called Nigeria?
We answer the question. Authorities, do they know? Yes, they know. What are they doing? Nothing, because they think they are protected wherever they are, and what will happen to them. The two states that are next door, neighbors to Abuja, Niger and Kaduna, are dead already. So let's not go too far. Last weekend here, Plateau, Plateau was massacred. Plateau was massacred. There were about 22 fresh killings in Benue. Stories all like that. But the man in office who keeps saying the perpetrators must face the wrath of law. Nigeria, we have to come together and solve whatever. You don't sit down and say stuff like that. You used to be a military general, for Christ's sake. And then other people who now want to help, they call them whalers. They say people are just complaining. But his own people, not an elders forum, says that killers and other criminals appear to have detected the paralyzing vacuum at the highest levels of government. So the president, the governors, nobody cares about who is killed or not. And now they are telling the man, resign from office. This is the most honorable thing for you to do, even if you have just a couple of days to go. Leave office so that someone who has the interest of the country at heart will come and take over the reins and lead this country to safety. And like we're all saying, which country is going to go for the election next year? Nigeria? By the last half of this year, you see what will happen. Most people don't want this election to happen because they want to perpetuate this now. Leave anarchy so that the man does not leave office. Everything you hear is just mounted. But we are asking God, because we know that in all of this, God still loves Nigeria. And whether we like it or not, maybe I should go personal. Your book, Dr. Johnson, should be sold to every Nigerian, everywhere they are. Really.
Thank you very much.
We need now. Yes. We have to come with the righteous heart and the righteous mind to be able to get to where we want to go. And this is what we're praying for.
Before I call on Mark, Dr. Osita, you yes, mentioned sir. That Benue was attacked, Jos was attacked, and in Jos about 70 of them dead. And
80, doctor, 80 people.
and
80
many
persons,
others
yes.
injured. Now, Borno, we know that a third of it has been carved
Yes,
away. Now, there is a
yes.
state I'm interested in, Zamfara. Is Zamfara still alive? Is it still part of Nigeria?
Zamfara has double jeopardy. The problem with Zamfara is that the gold factor and the insensitivity of the bandits is maiming the state completely. As a matter of fact, maybe that's one of the 3 states that have been predicted that might not survive Buhari's regime.
Wow, it's
Zamfara.
interesting.
And yes,
And
because while oil is everybody's from Niger Delta, gold is Zamfara's from Zamfara State. That's the
and
problem.
why are the
And I'm not talking about just people from the south. I'm talking about every other person in the north. Nobody can access Zamfara because of the gold.
including the governor? The governor is always in Abuja.
Absolutely, absolutely. So there is a complete. I'm happy you mentioned Zamfara. Zamfara used to be one lovely place on your way to Sokoto, but you can't find that anymore. You can't even stop anymore because the war is ripe and waging.
Mark, our man in Italy, you think somebody should not wake up General Buhari to say, look, it appears that you are calling Nigeria. Do you have an agenda to break Nigeria unofficially? Whoever is coming in will be on his own. He may be in the Aso Rock, but he's just operating over the southern states or even only his own geopolitical zone. Even though you are called the president of Nigeria, but you know that as the president of that country, you dare not enter Zamfara, you dare not enter Borno, you dare not enter some parts of Sokoto. So if you cannot, as the Nigerian president, enter any part of Nigeria that you want, are you really truly ruling over Nigeria? Or shall we continue to pretend that there is one geographical Nigeria?
It's a very pathetic situation, Dr. Shagun. All the contributors have said something great things. Now there is a leaked audio voice by Roti Amaechi. I don't know if you've all heard it, and he was saying something very pivotal, very, very important that Nigerians should take note. He said, Buhari doesn't care about anybody. Yes, Rotimi Amaechi, Minister of Transport, was saying this.
I think he said it a few years ago, didn't
he? Yes. So it's making round again on the social platform. Buhari doesn't care. When people complain, this happened, that happened, he doesn't care. He feels that's their business. So if we have a president like that, and all these are happening, and he's not reacting, it's really, really, really sad. It's appalling. And to top it all, some of these things happened right there in his nose. The last time he was in his hometown, there was a raid. Anytime he goes to a place, after he leaves or before he goes, there's an attack. So
even while he's there,
even while he's there, is this not? It's a shame. I mean, that means the people are even trying to make him know that they can even get him. You know, we can get you, but probably leave you. Maybe we have nothing to gain, and we have nothing to get out of this.
But is that before I leave you, Mark? Is that why his wife has relocated to Dubai and left the rest of the women in Nigeria to die?
Aisha added the pepper to the very burning wound in Nigeria. I mean, how can a first lady leave her seat and inhabit somewhere else? So that shows that yes, really, everything has collapsed. Nothing is working. She can't stand.
In fairness to her,
okay.
Sorry. Yeah. So
right,
in fairness to Aisha, she spent 1 year, 4 months begging for things to come out right. Otherwise, she will leave. It's like divorcing the husband. She begged.
Yeah, definitely she's separated.
She was warning him against two members of the cabal that are very high powered. One of them is preeminent now, But the issue is that she gave a timeline and exceeded 6 months from that. So what she's doing now is protest. I don't like it. People don't like it. It's not right. But she says to herself that she cannot stay where the man does not listen, the man does not act, and the man does not care.
But she's enjoying proceeds from all these badness. I mean, she's there.
No, you see, we are paying for her for everything. For everything.
Living in a penthouse. She's living, obviously, her living in a foreign country is being covered by the federal government. And we don't have
a house that is like Aso Rock itself. Yes, in the place of Dubai. Yes, of course.
Where is that budget coming from? If we are to be very serious,
from
who's
us
paying all that?
No, it is like you complaining about Buhari's health deal. Come on now, it's the same story.
Okay, let me ask you. I want to hear from Ambassador Nat. Is this, please pardon my ignorance, is this acceptable to the Fulani culture or Hausa culture for a wife to just take off for any reason at all, which has not been a conjugal reason, but a national reason, and you abandon your husband? Is that acceptable?
Are you okay? Are you hearing me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, in fact, it is not only the Fulani or Hausa culture. I haven't heard of any culture that the wife just takes off and abandons the house and the husband. This one, not to talk of their Islamic this thing. The wife doesn't have that leeway or that leverage to just take off and go and stay not within the country but outside the country. That is the most challenging thing, and she just comes sometimes to visit Nigeria when she thinks there's need to visit.
And then we saw the governor's wives going to Dubai to go and present her birthday cake.
Yes, led by Fayemi's wife, Ekiti, and others.
Is that bad? Is that bad?
Before we move to the next this issue of insecurity, I think most Nigerians don't even know how bad the situation is. There is this jihadist analytic declared or have announced Nigeria as the most terrorized country in the world. So we are now the headquarters of terrorism. We are now the headquarters of Boko Haram, ISWAP, and other things. Number one in the whole world.
I think, Ambassador Nat, I think the government is equally terrorizing the nation when they arrested 200 Boko Haram devotees, fighters, and then released them last week with all the shoutings. You can't be releasing these people. You now spent money on them, fed them, clothed them, and then you release them again. And then before you know it, they started fighting for Boko Haram. So that's why the government is involved in it, isn't it?
The Kaduna, Abuja Kaduna train accident that happened, these people are now saying, even though we know they are looking for money, they are saying the federal government knows what they want. And what they say they want is they should release 100 or something thereabout, or even 20 of their men that have been captured and in detention. If you release them, then we will release your Abuja Kaduna victims.
So we are doing trade by barter with the terrorists right now. And you know, some people will be arguing, let's do it. And who will not? If you have your family among the abductees, you will want to agree with them. Osita, just in one sentence, is that the way we will go now?
No, the fact is this. I'll tell you what makes most Nigerians angry about this. it is not because we don't know what to do. It is because we know what to do and we're playing smart about it. Somebody like El Rufai will use political statement to talk as if he's serious about it. I'll go and get mercenaries if the government is doing nothing. You think he's indicting government, but he brought them here in the first place. The mercenaries he brought now are difficult to handle, and now he's saying that he's going to bring other mercenaries now to step out the old mercenaries. So the new ones, what happens to them? Everybody's lying. But the good thing about it is that they think they are protected. Dr. Johnson, they think they are protected. They forget the God factor in all of this. God doesn't like ugly. They are thinking that this America in his poverty and street life and whatever will be the one affected, but their children are on the streets. Their children pick up their cars Sunday mornings and start driving all about Abuja, committing accidents. So they are not matching the karma factor now with what is going on, because what is going to happen is that everybody who has done Nigeria wrong will be cleansed. Nigeria is such a beautiful place that people who came to destroy it will face the music. And I'm not kidding. Karma is a beach and it's accurate. So let them keep planning. Insecurity is here. We are scared. I am scared. I don't go anywhere. I'm actually operating in the home office now. But hey, it's going to happen in such a way that those people who are hoping and praying that they are going to destroy ordinary Nigerians will be the one to be destroyed. God is here and all is well.
Thank you, Doctor. Within the few minutes remaining, Professor Yemi Osibajo declared his intentions to run for the next presidency, and some people saw it as backstabbing his mentor, Tinubu. Well, I personally do not see it that way, but let me ask you, gentlemen, Ambassador Nat, how did you see the whole hula baloo?
Well, the Constitution of Nigeria 1999 is amended. If you are qualified, if you meet the qualification of the Constitution, the 200 million Nigerians, you are free to contest for any office in the land.
Yeah, but they said Asiwaju made Osibajo. It will have been an unknown quantity somewhere.
And who made Asiwaju himself? And there is a question people are refusing to ask, and although few people are asking, the king maker who wants to be king is never done in history. The man is dead. If you think so, and what the sources of his revenue, he needs to tell Nigerians and tell the world, where did he get the money he's playing politics with?
Yeah, but the court has not been able to convict him. So yeah, we have challenges there. But let me just
these things are not court matters. People know. Some people have the facts.
I'm trying to be cautious here. I'm trying to be politically correct here. Let me ask Mark before I come to Osita. Mark, the MURIC, that is Muslim Rights Association, the MURIC, they have said that nobody should vote for any Christian presidential candidate after Bakare and Osibajo came out. All of a sudden, voting has been termed religious. In the last 48 hours, the MURIC, led by Professor Ishak Lakin Akitola, said that they should not vote for the Christian presidential candidate. What's your immediate reaction?
Well, Nigeria has had more Muslim presidents, and if we're judging from that, then we should balance it up and let the Christian come in. But I had that this morning, yesterday.
Yes,
now they are bringing.
We thought the youth will deliver us from all these religious and ethnic nonsenses in politics. All of a sudden, MURIC is saying that in Southwest, where Osibajo and Asiwaju, all of a sudden they've made it religious. and knowing fully well that Osibajo is from RCCG, and that they have a large followership, and the Pentecostals will follow them. And the Nigerian Christians have managed to rise from 30% in the last 50 years to 50% right now, matching the number of Muslims in Nigeria. And now trying to make this election a religious one, I think is the most stupid thing that any Nigeria could think of.
In any unorganized state, in any failed state, any reason can be advanced for politics. They, do not vote this lady because she was my house girl and didn't let me sleep with her. It could be a reason. But the issue at stake is very simple. They don't have any other reason. They don't have any other fact. They don't even have qualified candidates. They don't have content. They don't have context. So they now stand up to say, if you vote this Christian, you are in trouble. How can they explain that? Is it because the person does not have the quality to be president? And we're an emotional, country. On social media now, people are already raising their followership. Some are hailing it, some are wailing. But tomorrow again, somebody will come up to say Muslim ticket is possible in Nigeria because Christians don't have it. Tinubu said it himself. So
yeah, he said it.
Answer your question. It is not a factor in politics, but only in this country can somebody raise a voice of something as nonsensical as that and stick to it. And then people are following. People are talking about it. The only thing you have not said so far today is the Ankara gift and bottle of Maltina. It's still being spread around. They're still giving it around. They're still giving Ankara and Maltina, and it is going to be going around because poverty. That is why they put us in poverty, so that for
whoever collects Ankara and Maltina should not expect to go into a good school. Whoever collects Ankara and Maltina must not expect to go to a good
for life.
Yes, that's true. But I want to ask Ambassador Nat. Now that that Asiwaju has renounced his political son, quote and unquote, and say, I have no son that can challenge me. Don't you think this may now result into ethnic fracas? Because Osibajo is Ijebu, and many Ijebu people have been saying, you can't be talking to our own son like that. And we know that Asiwaju, well, some say it's from Iragwiji, some say it's from Lagos. Now, is it going to be ethnic decision within the Yorubas? The Ijebu people will want to fight for their own own son. Is that what it's going to call?
Well, interestingly, Professor Osibajo has transferred his voters card from Lagos to Ogun State, Ijebu local government area. And I think what we are now saying to the Yorubas, especially in the Southwest, we have this saying some years back, relevant today, Yoruba, Eronu, Abi. So well, that is what I have to say.
Let me give you, gentlemen, 20 seconds each to say something, starting from Mark. What's your final say? What will you be telling Nigerians today in 20 seconds?
My say is the government should really be serious on this oil production and looking out for Europeans to come buy our oil. And that will add to our economy.
Thank you very much. Dr. Osita?
I think we should go back to the fact that we built this country on our diversity. So we should celebrate it by telling the truth about governance.
Thank you very much, sir. Ambassador Nat.
I would want to say, since General Gawan, Yakubu Gawan is still alive, we have to defer to what he said when the war was going on. To keep Nigeria one is a task that must be done.
That's my position. Absolutely. I love Nigeria the way it is, and no secession should come through our mind. But because of the poor leadership, many people have thought we'll be better off without being in the same country. But we'll see how it plays out in the next 6 months. I want to thank you all, my colleague in London, Ambassador Nat, Iyako, my colleague in Abuja, Dr. Sitanemeka, and my colleague in Italy, Mark Godwin. Not to talk about the crews working for us from Italy. We thank you all, but most importantly, our viewers and listeners will definitely come your way this time next week, bringing you the latest. Until then, may God bless you all.
Bye.